So crazy, so quick. I don't think it's even sunk in yet. I felt like a dream. It feels like something that might not even have ever happened. That universe was like a blip in time.
Bonnaroo is the music lovers festival. There's all kinds of festivals that celebrate different things. There's great music at all of them, but Bonnaroo is the date on the map that bands circle to put on their best show of the year. We're on a farm in the middle of Tennessee, and you sort of feel like you've taken a step out of reality and everybody's made a trek to get there. You don't know what adventures you're going to get into. You don't know what path you're going to go down. In the Superjam is sort of a show that kind of like encapsulates that idea. We don't all know what's going to happen, so we all get in this tent, fans and musicians together, and we're going to find out together at the same time. The way I pitched it to these guys from the beginning, and the reason why I identified Skrillex as an artist that I was like dying to get, he's just such a prolific collaborator. Yeah. He's just like constantly collaborating, constantly like expanding like his creativity and pushing his boundaries, and that sort of like was the way we discussed this show originally.
Lee and Paul, I got a call from them. And they were just like, we want you to do the Superjam. A lot of the Superjam was covers, you know, and that's kind of the traditional thing is like, you know, maybe one original song, but then mostly covers. And then contacting all the artists, emailing them or calling them and be like, hey, I don't really know you. My name is Skrillex, and I'm doing this thing called the Superjam, and I want you to cover James Brown, I Feel Good, please.
1, 2, hey, that's the idea. 1, 2, 2, hey,
Another unnecessary 10 pounds.
Hey man,
it's
not unnecessary. Did this like right here.
Tip on it.
We had a good one last night.
Tip on it.
But it was. All right, well, you went.
Tip on it. High all
It's historic for this festival because we're kind of for the first time mixing electronic music with a full live band.
We announced that we were doing a Skrillex Superjam. It was controversial.
He introduced like dubstep to the mainstream, and, you know, a lot of people don't want to be mainstream just to not be mainstream.
It's not my kind of music, but he does bring different acts together, and that brings a lot of different people, a lot of different communities together.
Skrillex is creating another hybrid. This is the reason that music will never die, because one music replaces another sooner or later. One generation's sound, sensibilities are always manifested in their music.
You might think of it like when the piano was invented and you have the harpsichord, you know, like at first it's kind of scary for people to adjust and that kind of a thing, but with the piano you could sustain notes and there was a wider range.
When the piano came out, oh, that's no good, man, those notes.
Absolutely, you know there had to be some fundamentalists that were like,
they'll never beat the harpsichord.
You know?
That's what's gonna make this so different than every other Superjam and every other DJ set. Is there's like, it's not all like just live drums all the time, and it's also not all like 808 kids.
Yeah. Sonny's a, you know, maestro. He's a great artist. I can appreciate him.
It's something different. I felt like he took dubstep, EDM, and other musical genres, mixed them up, put angst in there, and then there you go. That's Skrillex.
Big G came into the picture. We were on a conference call, I remember, about it, and we were like, who's gonna be the MD, who's gonna be the core? And I think Paul was like, what about Big G? And we were like, that's it.
All these DJs were doing the DJ stuff, the live bands were doing the live stuff, and we were like, hey, we're just gonna put these things together.
It kind of started with the guys that Sonny had collaborated with on records, like Damien, Fat Man Scoop.
Robbie Krieger was an obvious one because Sonny had a sort of a seminal project in his career with the guys from The Doors, and Robbie Krieger wrote a lot of the original Doors material.
And then from there it went to like people that we had created friendships with, the Warpaint crew.
Thundercat on bass. I mean, the guy's a monster. He's a virtuoso bass player.
My excitement about coming onto this project is the unknown part. I'm always like, you know, that's the fun part. It's like playing Jenga. It's like seeing how much you can output quickly, and then you're going to give them like Nickelodeon double their obstacles like bottles of Jameson and Belvedere. It's like, see how much you can learn it right now. Oh God.
I mean, it was a huge challenge, you know, like it's a huge project, you know, when it comes to dealing with all those artists, because what I do is Skrillex, it's DJing. And I also come from a musical background, I play guitar, and it's like, how do you fuse those things together, keeping with Skrillex's, but also, you know, creating something with all these artists, creating something live.
For a long time, if you liked rock music, you liked rock music. If you like dance music, you like dance music. But now you got A$AP Rocky on a Skrillex song, and you've got, you know, all these different people collaborating, and that's what's happening right now in youth culture, and that's what's current, is no genres, and everything's wide open, and that's what this encapsulates.
Absolutely, absolutely.
100%.
I was literally dreaming this stuff.
Nice.
Like I had probably the longest loop of like transitions. Just like if you close your eyes and you were like right now present, and you just see black, and you're just listening to it like so focused and like.
Oh wow.
It was really strange.
That means you're crazy.
Yeah. It was like the craziest I felt in a while.
If you say run, I'll run with you. And if you say hide, well, hide. Because my love for you would break your heart in two. You should fall into my heart.
You know, you might think like the electronic part makes it easier, but it's actually a lot harder, a lot more complex when you're trying to create a story and things have to blend the right way.
Okay. All my people that came out the
I don't like rituals, man. I don't like feeling like like everything is so set up, you know. I try to have the most limited crew as I can. Like I like just showing up myself and just having to like adapt with wherever I am. That's when you can do art the best, is because when you have limited resources and you have some framework to work around, you can maximize that. And that's what Superjam really was, is the essence of that. It's just like adapt to what you have now and just make the most of it.
I feel like I work pretty hard, but I'm pretty sure Sonny puts my hard work to shame.
My dad always said, if you want to grow, bite off more than you can chew and swallow that.
It's like a fucking perfect storm of crazy music. I can't wait to see it.
That's the bio.
That's
a perfect storm of crazy musical Superjam 2014.
Got it. Yo, let's go finish the show.
Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance. Let's dance to the sand on the radio. Let's